Hi guys, welcome to your weekly MAX Ottawa flow class. Before we get started, just make sure that you have a water bottle. It's very hot today, so just make sure that you're staying hydrated. And if you have yoga blocks, please grab them. So something like this. If you don't have yoga blocks, that's okay. You can just grab a pillow or something off your couch. You'll just need it at some point to just slide under your back. So whatever you have at home, that's great. And once you are ready, just find your way onto your mat into a comfortable seated position. So you can grab your block or your pillow if you want, just to make it a little bit more comfortable. Crossing your legs and just closing down your eyes. We'll start in a relaxing seated meditation tonight. So bringing your palms onto your knees, either face down or up, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Finding a nice tall spine. Grounding your sit bones. And just starting to bring some awareness to your breath. All together, let's take a really deep breath in. Through the open mouth, exhale. Again, just like that, breathe in. And open the mouth, exhale. One more time all together, just like that. Breathe in, filling up the belly, the ribs, all the way up to the collarbones. This time, hold it at the top. Kind of suck in your belly. And through the open mouth, let it go. So just starting to bring some attention to your thoughts, how you're feeling emotionally and physically. Seeing if you can channel your energy through your practice tonight. Maybe setting an intention of some sort. Maybe there's a pose that you've been working on, and maybe tonight your goal is to achieve that pose. Or maybe it's something greater than that, something not on your mat. Whatever that intention may be, stick with it. Breathe through the poses. And do your best to stay present. And if you're sitting on a block of your pillow, just slide it out from underneath of you, coming down right onto your sit bones. And keep your eyes closed here if you want. On an inhale breath, reach your arms up overhead. And then on your exhale, twist your body towards the right, planting your right palm behind you and bringing your left hand onto your right knee. So we're just finding a nice seated twist here. You still have a nice tall spine. You can gaze over your right shoulder if that's accessible. We're going to do a lot of twists tonight. So our theme is detox. And twists are really good for kind of fleshing out all of our internal organs, helping with digestion. Inhale, come on back through center, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, twist left, bringing your left hand behind you and bringing your right palm onto your left knee. So again, spine is nice and long. You can gaze over your left shoulder if that feels good. Sending some deep breaths into your belly. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, just fold forward over your legs as much as you can. This isn't supposed to be challenging. This is just supposed to be relaxing, warming up here, so don't strain yourself. Just go as far forward as you can. You can relax the shoulders. Let your head go. Maybe shake it. Yes, no. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then find your way into table pose, facing the front of your mat. So table pose, you're coming onto all fours, onto your hands, your knees. Shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Your hips are stacked over your kneecaps. And just on your inhale breath, you're going to drop your belly, pop your booty, gaze up towards the sky. And then exhale, round everything in towards center, gazing in towards your navel. Again, inhale, drop your belly, gaze up. And then exhale, round in, spread your shoulder blades apart. And just continue going like that at your own pace, inhaling as you look up, and exhaling as you round. Couple more rounds here on your own. Find your way back to a neutral spine. Inhale, reach your right arm up, twisting your chest open towards the right. And then exhale, bring your right arm underneath left, just hovering your right shoulder over the mat. Inhale, reach up, open up your chest. And exhale, thread the needle, hover your right shoulder. One more time, reach up, open up your chest as much as you can. And on the exhale, this time you can bring your shoulder all the way down to the mat. And stretching your left palm forward. Together, keep your palm flat or come on to your fingertips. Keeping your hips stacked over your knees. And just sending some deep breaths into your belly. Bring your left palm back onto the mat. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, plant your right palm. Inhale, send your left arm up overhead, opening up across the chest. And then exhale, bring your left arm underneath right, hovering your left shoulder blade. Inhale, reach up, broaden across the chest. And exhale, draw left arm under right, hover the left shoulder. Last time, reach up, open up your chest as much as you can. And on the exhale, this time you can bring your left shoulder all the way down to the mat, stretching your right arm forward, coming onto the tips of your right fingertips. Or keep your palm flat. Plant your right palm back by your face. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale, plant your palm. Take one more round of cat-cow. Drop your belly. Exhale, round. Find your way back to a neutral spine. And then send your left arm forward and send your right leg back behind you. So you're flexing your right toes down towards the mat. Left arm is stretched straight out in front of you. Fingertips are active. You're squeezing your right glute to get your right leg as high as you can. And you're balancing on your left leg in your right hand. On an inhale, reach out in both directions. And then on the exhale, draw everything in towards center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. And 3 more rounds. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Release. Last time, reach out. And exhale, round in. Reach forward and back. And then come back to table pose. This time you're sending right arm forward, left leg back, keeping your left toes flexed down towards the mat. Squeezing your left glute to get your left leg as high as you can. You're active through your right arm. Your fingertips are spread wide apart. Take a breath in, stretch out. And then exhale, round in. Again, reach. Exhale, round. Reach. And exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. Round in. Last one. Reach out in both directions. And round in. Send your leg back, arm forward, reach out. And then plant your palms, coming back to your table pose. And from here, we're just going to step back to our downward dog. So you're bringing your hips towards your heels and sending your hips right up towards the sky. And tending your heels down towards the mat. Feet are about hip width apart. Your palms are rooted firmly into the mat. Fingers are spread wide apart. You're pressing into your hands to get your hips higher and your heels lower. Biceps can be spinning inwards a little bit here. Just letting your neck go. Pedaling out the feet a little bit, cracking the toes. So we're really warming up our whole body here before we get started. Take a breath in here. And on the exhale, just step your way up to the front of the mat, finding a forward fold ragdoll. So you're allowing your hands to just release down as far as they'll go. You can also grab for opposite elbows. Interlace them behind the neck, whatever feels best for you. Maybe inviting a slight sway side to side. Releasing palms back down to the mat. Take a breath in, look up halfway, bring your hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, bringing palms together. And then just bring your hands down to heart center, closing down the eyes. Coming back to that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Continuing to breathe. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant your palms and step back, high plank. So in high plank, you've got your shoulder blades spread wide apart, your fingers are spread wide apart, your glutes are squeezing, your core is on. You're on the ball of your back feet, pressing through your palms to get your chest higher. And just drop down to your right forearm, then your left forearm. Make sure that your forearms are parallel here. Again, you're still squeezing your shoulder blades apart, squeezing your glutes. Your core should be firing up a little bit now. We're just going to hold this here for about 30 seconds. Remembering to breathe through the challenge. And actually squeezing your legs here will actually make this easier, believe it or not. It'll make it easier on your core. Keep it going for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just drop your hips down, keep your arms the way they are. Keep your chest lifted, gaze forward in your Sphinx pose. So you can release your feet coming onto the shoelace side of your feet. Just inviting some neck rolls here from side to side. Bringing your neck back through to center, lower down to your belly, push your way up to either the table or high plank pose, and then find your way back to downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together to touch, and then take an inhale, send your right leg up towards the sky, bend your knee and open up your hip, keeping your shoulders square to the front of your room. Squeezing your right glute to get your leg higher. Breath in. And then exhale to draw your knee in towards your nose. Squeeze it in. Squeeze your heel in towards your glute. Spread your shoulder blades apart. Hold it. And exhale, step on through, finding low lunge. So you're dropping your back knee down. You can pad your mat here if you need some padding for your knee, if you've got any knee issues. Making sure you've got your front knee stacked over your ankle. And sending your arms up overhead. So you can relax your shoulder blades here. Keep your hips pointing forward, so your right hip is pulling back, left hip is pulling forward. Take a breath in here, reach up. And then exhale, plant your palms on the inside of your right foot. You can shimmy your right foot over to the outside of your mat. And just kind of roll to the outer border of your right foot, just to open up your right hip a little bit here. You're welcome to stay where you are, or if you'd like to add on here, you can drop down to your forearms, settling into lizard pose. You can also release your back foot. If you've dropped down to your forearms, come back up to your palms. And just bring your knee back in a little bit here. Send your back knee in forward a little bit. And then just reach your right arm up towards the sky, coming into low easy twist. So it's basically like coming from low lunge, planting your left palm, and then reaching your right arm up overhead. So you're broadening and opening up across your chest. And from here, just kickstand your left heel out a bit, so your leg is about perpendicular to the mat. And then send your right leg back to the back of the mat. You're on the sole of your right foot. You're still reaching up, and now we're in a modified side plank. So your chest is still opening here. You're using your left leg as support. And if you'd like to add on here, add a little bit of a glute exercise, we're going to lift up our right leg, keeping the right toes flexed, squeezing your right glute. And we're just going to pulse it up and down here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it at the top. And then exhale, plant your palms, coming back into plank pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, just lower down halfway, bending your elbows to 90 degrees. Inhale, find upward facing dog. And on the exhale, downward facing dog. Big toes together. This time it's your left leg going up and back on the inhale. Bend your knee and open up your hip, keeping your shoulders square. Squeezing your left glute to get your leg higher. Breath in. And then the exhale, draw your left knee in towards your nose. Squeeze it in tight, squeezing your shoulder blades apart and bringing your heel towards your glute. Hold it. And exhale, step your foot between your hands, dropping down your back knee and coming up low lunge. Take a breath in, reach up. And on the exhale, just heel toe your left foot to the outside of your mat. Plant your palms. You can send your right knee back a little bit. And just rolling to the outer border of your left foot here to open up your left hip. And you're welcome to stay on your palms, or if you'd like to add on here, you can just drop down to your forearms. And just breathe into your lizard pose. You can relax the back foot. Close your eyes and just breathe in to the sensation. If you've dropped down to your forearms, come back up to your palms. Bring your back knee in a little bit. And then just send your left arm up towards the sky, finding your low easy twist. So you've still got your front knee stacked over your ankle. You're broadening across your chest. Now from here, bring your left foot to the back of the mat, staying on the sole of your left foot, and just kickstand your right leg out to the side. So we're in a modified side plank here. So you're still broadening across the chest. And again, you have that option to add on here if you want that little bit of a glute workout. So you can lift up your left leg, keeping your toes flexed in towards your shin. And breathing in. And we're going to pulse here for 5, 4, 3. Really squeeze your glutes. 2, and 1. Hold it up at the top. Exhale, plant your palms, stepping back, high plank. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward dog. So let's just drop down to our knees here for a sec. Grab a sip of water. And we'll just take a little bit of a break here so we can just drop down to child's pose, bringing your hips down towards your heels, sending your arms forward. Let's take a few breaths here to reset before we move on to our next sequence. When you're ready, finding your way back up, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together, send your right leg up towards the sky, inhale. Bend your knee and open up your hip. Draw your right knee in towards your nose, squeeze it in, hold it. And step on through between your hands. This time we're gonna bring our feet out onto separate tracks. You're staying on the ball of your back foot. Your front knee is still stacked over your front ankle. And when you're ready, you're gonna rise up, crescent lunge. So again, your hips are pointing to the front of the room. Arms are reaching up overhead, biceps are by your ears. You can spiral your pinkies in towards each other. One more breath in here. And on the exhale, we'll open it up, warrior two. So in warrior two, you're bringing your back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Your front toes are still pointing forward. You're opening up your front hip. Shoulders are stacked over hips. Fingertips to fingertip, you're sending energy out. You're gazing over your front middle finger. Breathing in, finding your inner warrior. Breathe in, reverse your warrior. So you're bringing your right arm up overhead, bringing your left hand to support on your back leg. Breath in. And on the exhale, you're going to bring your right elbow to your right knee and send your left arm out in front of you, extended side angle. Take another breath in, reverse your warrior. And on the exhale, you're going to windmill your hands down towards the mat, planting your left palm and finding high easy twist. So we just did this, but we were on our back leg, so this is the full expression. So you're opening your chest. Back leg is active. Breath in. And then step your right foot back to meet left. So you can either stagger your feet, bringing your right foot in front of left, or you can stack your right foot right on top of your left foot. So you're still opening your chest, but you're intending to bring your hips forward. Now we're going to add on here. So if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you're going to lift your top leg, keeping your toes flexed. And then bend your top leg, open up to bring your right foot back behind you, stepping it behind left leg. Sending your hips up towards the sky and sending your right arm behind you. So this is called wild thing. So it's a back bend. Squeezing your glutes here to protect your low back. One more breath in. And exhale, plant your right palm, finding high plank. Lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward dog. Big toes together. This time your left leg is going up and back. Bend your left knee and open up your hip. Breath in. And then draw knee to nose, squeeze it in tight, squeezing your right heel in towards your left heel in towards your left glute. And on the exhale, step it on through, feet on separate tracks, on the ball of the back foot. Rise up, crescent lunge. So again, your hips are intending forward, your left hip is pulling back, right hip is pulling forward. Your shoulders are relaxed here. One more breath in. And on the exhale, open it up, warrior two. So this time it's your right foot coming parallel to the back of the mat. You have energy going from fingertip to fingertip. You're gazing over your front hand. And intending to be on the outer borders of your feet here. Breathing deeply to get through this challenging pose. On your next inhale, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. So sending your left arm up overhead, your right hand comes to your back leg. Breath in. And then bring your left elbow to your left knee and send your right arm in front of you, coming into your extended side angle. So finding a nice stretch along the right side of your body here. Breath in, reverse. And on the exhale, windmill your palms down to the mat, planting your right palm and sending your left arm up overhead. Easy twist. So you're on the ball of your back foot, you're being active through both legs. Still opening your chest. And breath in. And this time you're stepping your left foot back to meet your right, either stacking or staggering the feet. Sending your hips up as high as you can, and tending your hips forward and your shoulders opening. And again, you have the option to add on here and invite a wild thing into your practice. So sending your left leg up, keeping your left toes flexed, bending your left knee, and then just slowly opening up to plant your left foot in behind your right leg. You're on the ball of your left foot and you're reaching your left arm up behind you. So you're really squeezing your glutes here. And you're seeing everything upside down. One more deep breath in. And exhale, plant your left palm, finding high plank. Lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And on the exhale, find downward dog. So we're coming into the last little challenging bit of our practice here. So let's take a breath in here to reset before we move on. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. And just lower down to your forearms, finding your forearm plank. Now we've done this before in our practice, so some of you may have done this with me already, but we're gonna do what's called a dolphin push-up. So from here, you're gonna walk your feet in, kind of finding a downward dog on your forearms. So you're intending your heels down, you're pressing through your forearms to get your hips as high as you can. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, you're just gonna roll forward to tap your chin. Inhale, send your hips up and back. And exhale, tap. 3 more to go. Breathe in. Exhale, tap. Breathe in. And out. One more round. Breathe in. Tap. Send your hips up and back. Dolphin pose. And just drop down to your knees and sending your legs back. Finding Sphinx pose. Now from Sphinx, you can just lower down to your belly and plant your right ear onto the mat. You can keep your arms cactused out to the side, or if you have the space, you can open up your arms into a T. Now from here, bring your left palm to plant beside your face. You can either have your arm cactused 90 degrees or out to the side. You're just going to roll over onto your right hip and just send your left foot either to plant behind you, the sole of your left foot, or you can just send your left leg out in front. And we're just trying to stretch out the chest and the shoulder here. If it's accessible to you, you can reach your left arm up and back, finding a half bind. Take a breath in, roll back onto your belly. This time send your left arm out beside you, either bend your elbow at 90 degrees or send your arm straight out to the side. And just roll over onto your left hip. Right leg can go in behind you. And you can reach your right arm up and just find a half bind, reaching your right arm in, or your right hand back in behind you. So you should really be feeling this in your left shoulder and your left pec. Roll back onto your belly from here. And keeping yourself exactly as you are, just roll onto your back. Take a breath in, hug your knees in towards your chest. You roll out the knees a bit to give your low back a massage. Hug your knees in, inhale. And on the exhale, squeeze your right knee in towards right shoulder and send your left leg forward. Keeping left toes flexed in towards your shin. Maybe rocking the knee back and forth a bit here, massaging out the hip. Take an inhale here, squeeze your knee in towards your shoulder. And just scoot your hips over slightly to the right. Exhale, draw your right knee across your body with the help of your left hand, coming into a twist. So you're intending to keep both your shoulders grounded. You can gaze over towards your right palm. Take a breath in, come on back in up to center. Hug your knees in towards your chest, inhale. And on the exhale, keep your left knee in and send your right leg out forward in front of you. Keeping right toes flexed. And just rocking your left knee back and forth, massaging out your left hip joint. Take a breath in, squeeze your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Pick up your hips and shift them over to the left. And then with the help of your right hand, draw your left knee across your body, coming into your reclined twist on the other side. So again, you're keeping both your shoulder blades grounded. You're gazing over towards your left hand. And you can close down your eyes here and just start to relax as we come into our final minutes of our practice. Inhale, draw your knees back in, up through to center. Give yourself one last squeeze. And reach for your block if you have one. If not, you can grab your pillow or your blanket or whatever it is you have. Just slide the block or the pillow just beneath your low back, where your sacrum is. So that's just right above your bum crack, basically. And just send your feet up towards the sky. Allow your legs to dangle in space. You can flip your palms up towards the sky. Close down your eyes. And just allow some blood to flow back into the core. It should feel relaxing, not challenging. Take 5 more breaths here. And on your next exhale, bring the soles of your feet back down towards the mat. Lift up your hips to remove the block or the pillow. And just send your legs out in front of you, allowing your heels to fall open, finding your Shavasana, final resting pose.
Do you want to know what enlightenment is? It's with you every moment. To back and forth, letting go of your attachment to yourself, to outcomes, letting go to the way things are. let go of everything. Or I could let go of right or wrong. It would get deeper and deeper. And it was amazing. Lifetime of judgment against myself. And letting it go. Breath. Instant bliss returns. Instant infinity. I didn't transcend my ego. We became partners. We became teammates.
Starting to wake up your body a little bit here, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling out ankles and wrists, and rocking your head side to side. Whenever you're ready, slowly rolling over onto your left side, finding your fetal pose, resting your head on your left arm. And keeping your eyes closed, just finding your way up to a comfortable seat. Where we began our practice today. Placing your right hand on your heart, and placing your left palm on top of right. Taking this time to thank yourself for showing up on your mat tonight, despite the heat and the beautiful weather. Thank you for making it and practicing with me. I hope to see you again next week. Namaste. And for those of you that are still around, we're doing a feedback survey after every class. So if you want to go into the comments section of this video and just click the link, we'd be happy to have any feedback from you, whether it's something you want to add into practices or another kind of program you'd like us to include at MAX Ottawa. We'd love to hear from you. So please do that if you have time. And thank you very much. See you soon.